Welcome to Malcom Reed's How to Barbecue Right, a podcast where we talk about barbecue, share recipes, and discuss all things delicious. And now, here's your host, Malcom and Rochelle Reed.
Hey, welcome back to the How to Barbecue Right Podcast. I'm your host, Malcom Reed, joined by my lovely and festive Christmas wife.
What?
Miss Southern Shell. You've got your What Up Grinch's shirt on. You got your Christmas, it's a Christmas looking sweater. I don't know if you consider it one.
I'm making it one.
You're making it one. Decorated your door here at the office today.
Yeah, we are having a door decorating contest.
What's going on? Santa Claus is coming here Saturday
Yeah.
for the kids,
Yeah.
doing cookies and
Yeah, it's
treats.
just a way to get people in the shop.
Yeah, I might not be here.
Yeah, I know you're not going to be here.
I may or may not. I don't know. See how my Saturday goes.
It's Santa Claus. You don't need a lot of people.
Yeah.
All we're doing is
It's for the
passing out
kids.
cookies.
You got a picture lady coming. Santa Claus is coming. Maybe they'll think if I'm not here that I'm Santa Claus. And just tell everybody he's in character. He won't talk to you about barbecue day. It's all Santa Claus.
That's what I'll
That's a really good idea.
That's how we'll advertise it anyway.
Yeah. Malcolm may or may not be Santa Claus, but he won't break character. Don't try to get
Super serious.
Yeah, he's super serious about this Santa Claus gig. He's working on his backup plan. If
I
barbecue
can
don't work
imagine
out.
you not enjoying being Santa Claus.
I could do it. I wouldn't like to do it for 3 hours. If it's just to come in, ask Santa Claus, bring a bunch of gifts, spread them out,
And leave.
and leave.
Yeah.
But
I can see you getting
you've got to let every snotty-nosed little kid sit in your lap and take pictures and smile. And you know how I am. That's a germ factory waiting to happen.
It is.
It is going to. If you don't get sick off that, you must have some kind of heck of an immune system.
That's how you build up an immunity. Yeah, I can see you dressing up for Santa Claus and showing up like at an adult party. And getting
I've done that. We call him Malky Claus. He comes out at least once a year. But it ain't the same kind of vibe. He's more.
Malky Claus likes tequila.
He likes tequila a lot. Like he shows up with like a briefcase full of it and falls off bar stools. That's a good story. I'm not telling it today though. Ooh, throws lamps.
How'd your Thanksgiving go?
It went great. We had a fantastic Thanksgiving. I am tired of turkey. I will say that. But I cooked.
You were tired of turkey before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I was tired of whole turkeys. I cooked a bunch of whole turkeys this year. I did several. I don't know, what did we do? 3 or 4 videos of them, and then I cooked, a few others, and it was just, I was whole turkeyed out. But for our Thanksgiving, I always do the big giant turkey breast that I get from Kevin down at the butcher shop. Shout out Kevin, best turkey man I know. Those things are legit.
So when you say a giant turkey breast?
I want to say the package was, 16 pounds or something like that.
But there was 2 in there.
Yeah, there's 2. It's so you get both sides of a turkey breast.
So you know that.
It's connected by skin.
They're connected?
Yeah.
So you know it's the same turkey?
It's the same turkey. Yeah.
So you know that turkey was at least 16 pounds.
Oh no, the turkey had to be in the 30s to be that big. I don't know my live turkey weights or whatever, but I would imagine these are like some brontosaurus sized turkeys walking around. But they're farm raised, and they're not like, you don't get all the injected, salt solution stuff in these. These are like all natural turkey breast. They come wrapped up in like aluminum foil with the label on them. And I don't know if Kevin vac seals them or if they vac seal them before he gets them, but man, they're fantastic.
You cooked 4, actually.
I did.
We took one to your mom's.
We took one to Thanksgiving. I sliced up one for sandwiches. I took some to camp. So we've got this meat slicer. It's like a deli slicer. It's a Meat Your Maker deli meat slicer that we got at camp for cutting up whatever we want to slice up.
Oh, did y'all try that this weekend? Not yet.
Not yet. But I vacuum sealed those turkey breasts and took them to camp, and that's what we're going to do with it this hunting season. We're going to eat sliced turkey. And so it's great to run it on a deli slicer or slice it. You can slice it up with a knife if you wanted to. With a deli slicer, I can shave it. I can get it thin as I want. It'd be just like meat from the deli.
Have y'all tried that slicer out yet?
Yeah. Works great. Fantastic even.
What'd y'all use it on?
Just some deer roast. Yep. Sliced. You could do prime rib and slice it up super thin, make roast beef.
Ooh.
You could do whatever you wanted with it. Port loin, it would be great for slicing that. So It's just a good little tool to have. It's good for slicing bacon. You smoke your bacon.
Ooh, okay.
Old belly.
Yeah.
Slice it up.
So, what was you had the giant turkey breast?
Yeah, that was, and I had ham.
Anything else that you enjoyed?
Yeah. I would say the star of the show, besides the turkey and the ham that I cooked. I don't know. It was all good, but I mean, your sweet potato casserole was fire. You even made us another one to take to deer camp with us because we were going to cook Friday night dinner down there while you went wine touring. But yeah, the sweet potatoes was awesome. What did you do to them?
Oh, it's pretty simple.
Was it my recipe?
You don't have a recipe.
I do have a recipe for sweet potato casserole on the smoker.
Yeah, probably. I bet you based that recipe off my recipe.
Lots of butter.
I will say this: I don't do marshmallows. I hate the marshmallows on top of sweet potato casserole.
Yeah, I do
a pecan brown sugar crumble almost on top.
I thought it's kind of like a praline crust.
Yeah.
A lot of ways. That's what it tastes like. Or it turns into almost like the top of pecan pie.
Yes.
Without the egg. You don't put egg in it, do you?
I put egg in the sweet potatoes.
So there's eggs in sweet potatoes. There's
a little bit of sugar.
The secret is the pinch of cayenne.
Yeah.
You put blue plate in it?
Not that one.
Okay, I was worried. I was beginning to worry. Did you slip some mayonnaise in our sweet potatoes?
I do put it in my mac and cheese, but I didn't cook mac and cheese
here. I did good this Thanksgiving. I didn't eat any mac and cheese the whole Thanksgiving break. I didn't even eat the hash brown casserole. I saved. I tried to do good. I ate the protein. I ate turkey and ham. That was my main thing. I did get some dressing. You got to eat dressing.
You had a couple eggs.
Deviled eggs are good for you. They did have blue plate in them, I guarantee.
They were really good.
But
there was a few rolls I saw.
No. You didn't see nothing.
I ate 3 rolls.
Yeah,
3 rolls
but I doubled down on the lima beans and the green beans. So I consider my Thanksgiving, I did pretty well. But I knew I was going to watch the Egg Bowl later that evening. Shout out to Mississippi State.
I know you're so sure.
No, I was never sure. I didn't even know if we was going to have a coach after that game. And I'm still not sure because, he's not. I wish Auburn would have got him kind of. But, hey, I don't know. We're not getting into that today.
Yeah. We're not getting
to
the SEC drama.
Yeah. But I did really good. I did try a little dessert. I'm not going to lie. My favorite, so my sister-in-law, shout out to Yvonne, made one of my favorites. It's lemon icebox pie. And I don't know what she does to it. I don't imagine it's super difficult, but it's the lightest, kind of creamiest, with just the right lemon flavor. It's not like.
You like a citrus element to your
I do, but I don't want it like super sweet or super sour, and it's not. It's almost like a cloud. It's not cheesecake because it's not super dense. But I think it's just like.
It's like pudding texture. It's a pudding-y.
I don't even know if you cook the thing.
Topping.
It's like a graham cracker crust. I'm sure you can buy that. And then you mix this stuff up, and it might be pudding. I don't know. But whatever it does when you get it cold, where it sits just right and has the right amount of lemon flavor to it, it's delicious. And my mom made a pumpkin roll, and she does you're not crazy about pumpkin roll, are you?
I'm not crazy about those spice
pumpkin
elements.
Spice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you like the sweet potato, though. To me, it has almost the same. Do you not put like nutmeg and allspice and all that in your sweet potatoes?
No.
See, I do.
Yeah, I don't.
But it's more, that's the pumpkin spice or whatever. And so she
But I don't like that kind of, I don't like carrot cake. I don't like, those type of flavors.
But she does it with it's like a big flat Texas size sheet pan that she bakes this cake, and then she spreads cream cheese icing all over it. And then uses these like tea towels to roll it up. And it just makes this giant log that's kind of all twisted up. And then you slice it and just get you a little pinwheel of it.
She's done one where the cake was chocolate and it was
she's done
really good.
It's almost like a Yule log cake or something like that. She's done a strawberry one like that. That's really good. I bet a lemon one would be good.
We had pecan pie. Yeah, we had pecan pie.
Gotta have pecan pie.
Pecan pie.
Yeah.
You also did like a leftover type.
That was that might have been the highlight of my Thanksgiving. Trying to find something. That's going to be a new tradition.
Will it slide?
It's going to be like, I'd like to play Will It Slide. Can you turn anything into a slider? But this one was.
And we briefly talked about this our last podcast.
Yeah.
For sure.
I did it on TikTok, so I did it way before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And it was all it is. It's super simple. Hawaiian, but you got to use the buttery rolls. I guess the Hawaiian rolls regular would work. What do you think?
I would think so. Like whatever you got.
You can use whatever.
Even like the Sara Lee dinner rolls would work.
I have used those before.
You just cut them in half, make your top and bottom. Put you some white American cheese on the bottom. Put your turkey on there, whatever dressing or stuffing you have left over. The cranberry jelly in a can, ocean spray, slice that thin and lay it on there. Put you some more cheese on there, and then top it and melt butter all over the top and brush it over it, and then bake that dude for, it don't take but 30 minutes. And it makes the best little slider. I mean, it all works. It's like even the cranberry, you think, oh, that's not going to be good on it, but it works.
It does, yeah. I don't even like the canned cranberry, but it gives the right amount of.
I was worried about the cheese and worried about it being too bready by putting the dressing on there.
Dressing on,
but it wasn't. So what happened was those little buttery rolls get kind of crispy on bottom, and a little, there's a little crunch on top, and that's not hard. It just has a different texture. So the bread, the stuffing just kind of blends with it, and the cheese. Don't skip the cheese because the cheese ties it all together.
Yeah, it holds it.
Yeah, and then it's ooey gooey.
Tyler was wanting to dip it into gravy.
See, that takes it to the next level. You dip it in gravy. And they were hating on me on my gravy recipe. Hey, you know what? That's fine.
Told you so.
You ain't got to like blue plate mayonnaise, and you ain't got to like the turkey gravy I like. But I guarantee you this, my mom made a big old bowl of it. She made double bowls of it at Thanksgiving because she sent some home with my brother and his wife. They were doing something else after Thanksgiving, but it's good turkey gravy. You ate it. What do you think?
It is good. It's delicious. I'm not going to lie. It is weird.
What's weird about it? Because it has boiled egg in it and it has turkey meat in it.
And pimento. The
and
meat doesn't.
Yeah.
I think more it was like everybody who stopped at the cream of chicken was like it's just a soup. Like this is a soup, but it's like
what is cream of anything to y'all?
I always thought it was a roux.
That's all it is. It's a roux. It's in a can. It's a roux in a can. It's not
with seasonings. If you get cream of chicken, it's got the chicken and the chicken flavor.
There's cream of celery. There's cream of garlic and mushroom. Cream of regular mushroom.
Like, is there people out there just eating like cream of mushroom soup as like that's their soup?
I don't think
really
so.
Not.
No, like they warm that up and they just eat that as soup with crackers. No way. No way. It's a base for stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they use it. I use it in all kinds of stuff.
Heck yeah.
If I don't want to make a roux, it's just a cheat way it's kind of an easy, shortcut way to make a roux to thicken something.
Like make your own cream of chicken soup, you make a roux. You make a big roux, you add some flavor in.
That's all it is.
That's it.
If you make, you can make homemade cream of mushroom.
Yeah.
Saute you up some mushrooms, add some flour and some oil, get it thick, add just enough cream to get it to come together. When it solidifies, it's cream of mushroom soup.
I went through a phase where with my chicken and dumplings, I was trying to make it like way more complicated, than it needed to be, and not use the cream of chicken. And so I tried to make my own several times.
I wonder why Campbell's, or maybe they do. They have cream of turkey during Thanksgiving. If they don't, they're missing out. I don't know. They need to. Maybe that's a new product.
They have cream of bacon. I know that somebody posted that in the group.
They have cream of potato, I think, don't they?
I think so.
For chowders and stuff. Mm-hmm. All it is a roux with cream. Like instead of just being flour and oil in the can, they add cream or milk, some kind of milk product, and that's what gets it to set. So you dump the stuff out, it just slurps out. It ain't like it's ready to warm up and go. Mm-hmm.
You're just using it as like a shortcut, pretty much.
Yeah, that's all it is. You add liquid to it of some sort. That's what turns it into a gravy or whatever you're eating. I guess if you added enough chicken broth or something, it would turn into soup-like consistency. Mm-hmm. But it'd take a couple cans, I bet.
I mean, essentially, it could be the base of a soup.
Yeah.
Gravy.
It could
But essentially, any gravy could be the base of a soup.
Hey, use it. We use it in gumbo sometimes. We use it in jambalaya. I mean, you watch,
Mark will add a can of cream of something to anything real quick.
Yeah. What's the secret ingredient cream of?
Who taught us that? Stale Cracker.
Stale Cracker. He was the one putting, I learned how to make authentic jambalaya. I didn't have cream of can something in it.
Yeah.
We started putting that in there, and it takes jambalaya to another level.
It does.
It adds a little bit of a creamy element to it.
It adds a depth.
Yeah. So don't hate on the turkey gravy now.
It's delicious. It's just I've never seen anybody put eggs in it and pimentas in it until you.
You got to garnish your gravy. Well, you just want a bowl of just gravy. I know how most people make gravy. It's lumpy. It's this bad consistency. They use the drippings out of a pan and try to mix some flour in it and get it turned into gravy.
And the drippings are burnt.
And it's horrible and it's thick and it's not good. You could eat this with a spoon if you wanted to.
It is
It's
good.
that good.
I think most people are just like accustomed to brown gravy.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't know
A
who
thinner
would,
brown
I don't
gravy.
know what kind of weirdo would eat brown gravy with dressing.
I consider that like mashed potato gravy.
Yeah. Even when you go to a restaurant that has the options. Like if I go to a restaurant that has the options.
Pretty much just called Tyler a weirdo.
I want white gravy on my chicken fried steak or chicken fried chicken, and I want the brown gravy on the potatoes. Don't put white gravy on my potatoes.
So, Tyler, I got to know, do you do stuffing or dressing?
Stuffing.
Both. We have usually both stuffing and dressing. The stuffing is always stovetop. I'm not sure. That's my wife's call, but the dressing's usually homemade. And I pretty much always put some kind of brown gravy on top of pretty much everything that I have, except for maybe the cranberry sauce.
Do you use the brown gravy like packet or the jar? Or
I mean, I prefer to make it like with the drippings, but a lot of times it doesn't end up happening. Like this Thanksgiving, he forgot. The guy making the turkey forgot to put a pan underneath, so we just went with the packet. We DoorDashed some packets, got it made up. But
on Thanksgiving, y'all DoorDashed it?
Like the day before we realized or whatever. Yeah.
How much did you pay for packets of turkey gravy DoorDash?
Well, there was
like
other
$20.
stuff. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I think I got like Coke Zero and stuff, but yeah, it was like I think it was like $1 a piece or something like that. But turned out pretty good.
Okay, it wouldn't just I need gravy packet stat.
I'm imagining.
So those delivery drivers hate y'all. I gotta get my gravy fixed.
So, do y'all ever have any sort of white gravy?
No,
not even with biscuits.
I mean, like
sausage gravy with biscuits.
Like I'll make that for like breakfast food and stuff like that all the time. I have a good recipe. Like I usually make Mark's white gravy or whatever, but just not for that setting. I guess for some reason I don't know if that's just a Southern thing or.
No, we don't make it for Thanksgiving. It's turkey gravy.
We always had two types of gravy.
Really, if you want to get technical,
the
it's not. Yeah, it's not turkey gravy. It's giblet gravy.
Yeah,
and it was made with the less desirable parts. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
If you don't know what's in it, it won't hurt you. Now, my mom never made it with that. She made it with like turkey breast or chicken breast.
Your mom's real picky about that stuff. Yeah.
But if Granny made it, it was probably going to have some bones or some neck in it. It was probably going to have the liver, the gizzards. I mean, it's, anything was a go in that gravy.
It's kind of like hot dogs. If you don't know what's in it, it's probably for the best.
Yeah, for the best.
Just enjoy it. So, you were talking about sliding. Will it slide?
Yeah.
Your new series.
Oh, I think that's something we need to do all the time. Will it slide?
What's your, do you have a Christmas Will It Slide?
Yeah,
that's kind of like
for sure.
Biscuits.
That's so the whole slider thing came, where my obsession with these little delicious little cheesy biscuits came from was from your Grandma Ross. The first time you ever took me home for Thanksgiving, and when I say took me home, there's, I don't know how many people there, 50. It's a clan of Rosses. All these, there's 20 grandkids, and they all got kids, and then there's aunts and uncles. But your grandma would go all out for Thanksgiving. And as an appetizer, like before we ever sat down to eat or anything, she would walk by with these little trays of these little biscuits. Like she called them ham biscuits.
Yeah, she called them ham biscuits.
But what they were, it was like a dinner roll tray. And these were, I don't know, what brand? Do you remember what brand it was?
It's called Rainbow Dinner Time Rolls.
But they're not like a full roll.
No, they're like an inch.
Yeah. Inch by 2 inches.
Yeah.
They're like, it's like a half a Hawaiian roll almost.
Yes.
And they come in these little bitty trays. It's not even like a full Hawaiian roll tray. But she would do that with the ham and cheese.
And it's a little metal tray too.
Oh, yeah, it was a metal tray, wasn't it? So she would do, that's where the recipe, and everybody's probably grandmother has this recipe, where they melt the butter and they use the mustard powder and poppy seeds and Worcestershire. They mix that up, pour it over the bottom part of the bread. You slice those little rolls in half. You pour that over it.
I don't think a lot of people do that. That's kind of a trick.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. So it sucks
Most
in
of
better.
It just puts on top. Yeah.
Well, then they'll take like deli ham, thin sliced deli ham, and sliced cheese. and they just kind of layer that. It's like a layer of ham, a layer of cheese, a layer of ham, a layer of cheese.
Oh, you're getting fancy with it.
That's how your grandma told me. Now this is how when I had this, I was like, hold on, I'm pulling grandma to the side. I got to know how you made these.
Oh, she loved it.
And this was, I don't know, this was probably 5 or 6. It's been a while. I'm going on, almost
some years. Let's not do the math.
But anyway, so you put the top buns on, you pour that buttery mixture over the top, you wrap it up in foil, and she probably did this days in advance because she would, put those in the fridge, and then Thanksgiving morning before everybody was getting there, something to snack on before we pray and all that, pop those in the oven, and she'd walk around and give you a little sandwich. And I was like, that's the best thing ever. I said, Shell, you're making, and then we've been making them. But we never really could source those rainbow rolls because I think it must be whatever Bread Route or Bread Man or bakery did the stores down there. That was like a common brand. Well, we don't have those. Like, we had Wonder Bread up here or I don't know, Bunny or something like that, but they didn't make that.
Sunbeam has some too. But.
Do they? But anyway, that's where my session with little hot cheese sliders started.
And we've been doing them all different kinds of ways.
Did you grow up like that was something?
Oh yeah,
she had growing up. Y'all had that every holiday or what?
Yeah,
Thanksgiving?
yeah. I love them. I've always loved them. I mean, it's bread and meat,
it's
and cheese, and butter.
How can you not love it? Yeah.
But we couldn't source those, so we would use the dinner rolls.
Yeah, like Sara Lee's
something
like that.
And then we started using the Hawaiian rolls, and
that was the fancy people rolls. Now there's Hawaiian rolls for everything, but back then it was just Hawaiian bread rolls.
And we started trying all different kinds of meats and cheeses and
combos. Well, see, and so that's what that's where the Will It Slide comes from. Some of the best ones I think I've ever done was the pork tenderloin, where we made up we turned those into little sliders.
Was that where we did the pork tenderloin and the pesto mayo?
Yes, the pesto, the mayo.
Oh, it was a caper mayo and pesto.
Yep, and put them on there. And that one wasn't even cheesy. But I've done, jerk chicken ones that are awesome.
Oh, they were really good.
Prime rib ones.
Breakfast? You did breakfast not too long ago.
The breakfast little sliders, those were really, really good. You could practically do anything. I don't know if there's a bad combination. What was the cheesy one I did where it was just all cheese?
You did a pizza one.
The pizza one. Oh, yeah, the pizza one with the jalapenos and the pepperonis.
Yeah, the crawfish, like bread kind of one.
Maybe that's the one I was thinking about. It was like a crawfish one that had like a crawfish bread topping. And it was just like.
Did you use crawfish or shrimp in that one?
Don't remember.
It was the concept of a crawfish bread.
Yeah.
Crawfish bread that you turned into.
Slider.
You slid it.
Will it slide? It slid.
You let it.
We have yet to find anything that won't slid.
I don't know if anything that won't.
Tilapia.
I did a little I'm not doing fish sliders. You will not catch me doing fish sliders. You think a catfish slider would be any good?
I don't know. You take the idea of like a catfish po' boy, would it be fried?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Fried catfish laid out there. You'd have to
chop it a little. Ooh.
Yeah, but would you put cheese on it?
Yeah, see, I don't know. Because usually you toast the po' boy bread separate and then put everything on. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know how it'd work. That's interesting. That's a good. I may have to do that. And I've never done the boudin sliders either. That might be.
Ooh, that's a good idea. You know what I was thinking about the other day? The boudin kolaches or the boudin king cake.
Yeah. Ooh.
Who does those? Brad? Not
Boudin Brad.
Boudin Brad. Yeah.
Ronnie's.
Yeah, Ronnie's down in is it New Orleans or right
outside? No, he's in
Metairie,
I think. Yeah, or right off somewhere, Hammond or somewhere like that.
Yeah,
he's got. I think there's 2 of them, but it's good, real good.
Can we order some of those for Christmas?
The boudins.
Yes.
You know who else has them? Buc-ee's. They're not as good as Boudin Brad's, but they're good.
I never tried their boudin.
Yeah, it's a kolache. It's a boudin kolache. So all it is like a pastry stuffed instead of with sweet. It's savory. So they just take some boudin out of the casing, put it in there. So it's like a rice dressing, right? Sausage and rice and little other parts. You might not want to know what they are.
Just like a hot dog. If you don't know what's in it.
You don't go. But they're really good. But you could do that with a slider. There's no reason why you couldn't.
Heck
it's taking the same concept. You wouldn't put cheese on it. I've never had boudin and cheese.
You said you wouldn't put cheese on.
Yeah, see, I'm not going to say you wouldn't anymore. I'm gonna say we might. We'll try.
I think you just got to find the right cheese for the application.
Yeah. When in doubt, just go mozzarella because it doesn't really have a flavor and it just stretches and melts. So.
Or the white American.
Or that one does well too.
Yeah. So now you're done with all the turkeys.
Done with all turkeys. Done with the Thanksgiving. Now it's time to move on to holidays. And I mean, I love holidays. Well, okay. Here's a question. When we
holidays,
you started talking about podcast topics today, and this was a question. I said, all right, I got a question for Shell. Well, first off, I was looking in the community, and someone posted, I can't remember who posted it, but Tyler probably saw it, but it was a gallon-size blue plate mayo jug. And I said, that's what I'm getting Shell for Christmas. It's going to be under the tree wrapped up. Did y'all see it? It is. I've never
Is it real?
Yes, it's real. I've never seen a gallon of blue plate for sale.
I haven't either.
But it got me to thinking.
When we buy gallons of mayonnaise, it's always the Sam's brand.
Yeah, because that's the only one they sell it in, right? I don't know. Our stores don't even have you may have Kraft.
I've seen Hellman's or Kraft or something like that.
Blue plate. We need to figure out where you can get a gallon of that blue plate.
But, speaking of blue plate, the best mayonnaise on the planet. You're wearing your shirt today.
I am. I'm wearing. Look, Blue Plate sent me a shirt. I don't know if y'all can see it.
It says "Dress Like a Champion." It's got a po' boy on it. That's cute.
That is. It's a good shirt. It's got Blue Plate right there,
and it's got those Saints colors.
These could be Vikings colors. I've got a black Viking shirt with a little gold.
Are you not fans of the Saints?
I am fans of the Saints. I am fans of the Saints.
I know that's not your team, but.
It's not my team, but I am a fan of the Saints.
Yeah.
You know?
You got to be living around here.
Yeah. How can I not be?
Either a Saints fan or a Cowboys fan if you live around here.
Yeah.
For some reason, There's
some Titans, a few Titans.
I haven't met many.
But here's my question.
Oh, okay. That wasn't your question?
No, my question was, how much Blue Plate do you think you buy in the months of November and December? Because can you do holiday cooking without Blue Plate mayonnaise?
It's in the spinach
If you had to
dip.
guess, it's in everything.
It's in the macaroni.
That's why I asked you if it was in the sweet potato.
It's in the broccoli salad.
It's in every single thing. It's usually in every dish you make. Every dip, every dressing.
All the dips.
All the dips.
All the good dips.
The horseradish sauce for the
horseradish. Oh, man.
God,
we need to make some of that today. But yeah, if I had to go, I'm going plus or minus a dozen jars.
No.
You don't think so?
Maybe. I don't know.
So
depends on how much
that
cooking
gallon
I'm doing.
would be pretty much what? How many jars I'm trying to relate that to? I guess it's 4. It's 4 jars. Oh, you'd use that. You'd use 2 or 3 of those. You can't make pimento cheese without half a jar of mayonnaise.
Pimento cheese?
Yeah, so I didn't think about it. That's only 4. A gallon's only 4 regular 32-ounce jars. So
it's not that much.
That's not that much mayonnaise. Do y'all have it in a 5-gallon bucket? That's what we're on a mission for now. 5-gallon bucket of Blue Plate.
Oh, I've seen that in the community too. That's
really?
Like the guy that sticks his whole head down in the bucket. Yeah, that one wasn't necessarily just Blue Plate. It was just a big old pickle bucket of mayonnaise. Just mayonnaise.
So there's a thing I guess the other brand, Duke, since it's a good second class mayonnaise, they sponsor one of the bowl games.
Yeah,
Blue Plate needs to step it up.
Did you see
maybe
last?
They could do the New Orleans Bowl and have a.
Did you see last year where the coaches poured the?
It was like that was what I was thinking. That was what I was
of
getting
Duke's
at.
on his head.
They did the mayo challenge or whatever, but it's a mayo. There's a mayo bowl. I'm guessing it's out on the East Coast.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's like North Carolina.
North Carolina, something like that. I don't know which bowl it is, but it's hard to keep up with them now. They're all sponsored by different stuff. But Malcom Blue Plate Sugar Bowl. It's right there in New Orleans. Who does sponsor the Sugar Bowl? Do you know?
I really don't know anymore.
Yeah. I don't either.
Probably something sugary.
Yeah.
That would be a good opportunity. Maybe it's a beat of beer. I don't know.
So did you see, and speaking of the community page, did you see those smoked turkey necks?
Yeah, that's what got me to thinking. Save the neck for me, Clark. Cousin Eddie knows, hey, don't knock neck. Those look delicious. And I would get down on gnawing on one of those. I mean, most people, I guarantee you, most people throw it away. Most people toss the neck, toss the giblet bag that comes with it.
Have you ever saved it?
Yeah. I'm going to use it to make stocks and stuff. Have you never had noodles and necks?
Noodles and necks.
That's a thing. Hey, my friends down at casinos, when I was working down there, that was like on a regular weekly rotation. You would buy just turkey necks to make noodles and necks.
What kind of noodles?
They wouldn't smoke. I mean, egg noodles.
Okay.
So basically, you would I guess, boil the noodles, season them up, boil them to where they're getting tender. They'd chop them, and it'd be like these little, inch or two pieces, because it just has like vertebrae in it and it's meat all around it. You got to deal with that.
Is it kind of like a rib tip?
Yeah, it's a lot like that.
Yeah, as far as like the...
Mm-hmm. They're not bad. I guess if a turkey's got a long enough neck, it's got some meat on it.
It was Evan Lewis who did them, and he did
them. They looked awesome.
Yeah.
Glazed up, smoked. Man, you could use those if New Year's, making turnip greens, making black-eyed peas, smoke you some necks, throw them in there and flavor them up. The meat's going to come off the bone. I mean, you could probably pick it off if you wanted to. But, I mean, people use the wings for smoking wings and using them as seasoning and stuff. To
me, that kind of dark meat or that kind of real flavorful meat is perfect for seasoning.
Yeah, it has so much flavor to it.
Yeah, for pots of, I guess, noodles.
At Raymond's Meat Market in Memphis sells turkey ribs.
What's a turkey rib?
What the heck?
Have y'all never heard of turkey ribs?
No.
I don't know why I haven't done a video on these. Turkey rib. So it's not actually rib. What it is, it's like down in the, how the breast comes down to kind of the shoulder area? There's just some meat down in that area on a turkey. And oftentimes they throw it out. Like it goes with the carcass, so people use it to make stocks and stuff. But it looks about like a country style rib if you cut it off right. So they take the carcass and they split it, and there's some meat on there, and it's kind of like the neck would be. You got to deal with some bones in there and stuff. But it's meat on the thing, and it looks like a rib. So they sell it as turkey. You can buy a little box of them. You can buy school pizzas in a box, like the square little flat pizzas, and you can buy turkey ribs.
They almost look like a hot wing or like a rib or something.
Do you remember how pig wings looked?
Yes.
We would get those. It has that shape.
Yeah. Are they processed flavor like a pig wing?
No, because those pig wings have been pre-cooked. So they're really meant just to grill.
Yeah.
These often I don't think have been pre-cooked.
Where does a pig wing come from? Like, obviously not.
Shank.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the shank of the shoulder.
But when we would buy them, they'd already been processed and
they were already cooked,
like pre-smoked and.
All you really had to do was grill them and sauce them. It wasn't like a raw product. Oh, Mike's trying to take a dump on me.
But I didn't care that much for them because they tasted.
It had a process.
Yeah.
The texture was a little weird to me. I mean, they're okay.
They really tried to promote them several years back as a product.
I mean, they're not bad at all. It's just, I think it would be better if you had them in a raw form. It's just going to take you longer to cook. See, what the problem is, people don't realize how long they got to cook them to get them tender because it's shank. That's a working muscle right on the leg. So it'd be like cooking butts or something like that. You got to break it down before you could ever get it to that stage. So I'm sure what they did was kind of pressure cook them some kind of way.
Yeah.
Probably added some flavor to it. I mean, they weren't super seasoned or anything.
It was almost like they had that fake smoke flavor.
A little bit, but it wasn't. But I think the whole pressure cooking process changes the meat. And then you wanted to grill them and then rub them and sauce them and stuff like that. And they're pretty good. They weren't as good as a hot wing.
Yeah, they weren't no chicken wing. We got chicken wings from Buffalo Wild Wings. What, a week ago?
Yeah. Well, that was a week before Thanksgiving. Man, don't slip on Buffalo. Buffalo Wild Wings has been on point lately. Y'all ever go there, Tyler?
So, like, as an older teenager, I loved it. Me and Austin went all of the time. And then we had a couple bad experiences, and they got rid of our favorite sauce, which was jam and jalapeno. And
they brought it back.
It's back, Jack. Yeah. We had some.
That's what I'm talking about.
That sauce is good. So what I do is I take the jam and jalapeno, and ask for the desert heat on the side. They give you a little cup of it.
The desert heat's
it's a dry seasoning. And man, you sprinkle that over the jam and jalapeno. Dude, that's a fire wing.
I'm going to have to try that now. No,
Buffalo Wild Wings, man, at first their beer's always cold. They serve the big glasses. It ain't just a little glass. And you can order their wings and they'll let you get 2 or 3 flavors. You don't have to just, like some places you go to and they'll only let you get one.
Yeah.
Or buy the 10-piece, you can get one flavor. No, Buffalo Wild Wings. You want 3 flavors? We can do that. You want all flats? We can do that. You want the carrots and celery? You can do that.
I feel like every family vacation we take, we always end up at a Buffalo Wild Wings.
I know what I'm going to get. First off, no matter where you look,
everybody's
there's TV.
Happy.
You go during football season, they will have your game on somewhere. There's always a TV. I'm pro Buffalo Wild Wings. They don't pay me to say that. I like it. I like Hooters too. Don't get me wrong.
What's the best wing?
Between the two?
Between the two.
Between the two, I'm going Hooters original. Eat it in. Now we're talking about not eat it there. You can hang up taking a Hooters wing out because it gets soggy but when they bring it out to you hot and fresh at Hooters, it's still crispy and they toss it in the sauce. That's a texture that Buffalo Wild Wings does not have.
Yeah, I agree.
Because theirs are naked, I would guess you would call them, and Hooters
and I like
are
that.
breaded. Hooters has a naked wing, but the Buffalo Wild Wing beats them.
Yeah, we have gotten DoorDash Hooters for like a football party or stuff like that.
They'll work.
Yeah.
But they're not.
They're okay.
They're not as good as eating them in the restaurant. But Buffalo Wild Wings has been really good lately.
Better than Mr. P's, which is our local.
It's different. That's a wing joint. So that's Mr. P's. You're not going to split flavors up, And their wings, they can be hit or miss.
They can,
But when they're on, they're good. Now, if I just want to go get a Memphis style hot honey gold wing, I'm going to go to Mr. P's, but you know what? Buffalo Wild Wings don't have hot honey gold. Hooters don't have hot honey gold. So I go for different things.
I will say this, Mr. P's does not do the good ranch. Buffalo Wild Wings got the good ranch.
Good ranch, yeah.
And any restaurant that will give you bottomless ranch or blue cheese, I love so much. A lot of local places won't do that.
No, they want to give you the individual cup, and they only charge you for extra.
Yeah, like 75 cents a cup, and I'm like, because I want to drown my wings in ranch, man.
I want you know what Buffalo Wild Wings will do? They'll bring you out a whole little bowl of it. You ask them for a bowl of it? Oh, yeah, we got you.
It's the happiest place on earth.
You want some wings with that ranch? I'm a blue cheese man. I usually don't get the ranch.
So, real quick, I feel like we're getting a little off topic, but we've started doing something to make a blue cheese and a ranch to make it super easy.
Blue ranch.
So
God, it's so good. So normally when I make a blue cheese dressing, it's sour cream, mayo, little lemon juice, little black pepper, and the little 4-ounce tub of blue cheese crumbles. Mix that up. It's super easy. You put a little hot sauce in it just if you need a little vinegar in it, but not much because you don't want to turn it orange. And that's how we would do it. Well, Shell would always make the ranch. And it's very similar. You use a Hidden Valley Ranch packet, same blue plate mayo, same sour cream. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And this is more of a dipping sauce. It's not a dressing. Like if you wanted it to be a dressing, you would have to add some buttermilk or milk to it.
Specifically for wings.
Yeah. And so we said, what would happen? What would happen just if we added the packet of ranch to the blue cheese dressing? My game changer. It was so good. I was like, this is the best of both worlds. You have the ranch flavor, you get the blue cheese in there. I mean, and people just do not know what it is when you give it. It confuses them. Yeah. And if you don't like blue cheese, if you got people that don't like blue cheese, use feta because it doesn't have that blue tanginess that blue cheese has, but you still get the texture from the cheese and the dressing. And
that's a good idea.
It is so good.
So you're saying cup of mayonnaise, cup of sour cream, pack of
ranch, Hidden Valley ranch,
and then sprinkle in some
a little
feta.
bit of black pepper, a little bit of hot sauce. When I say a little bit, I'm talking about a few dashes.
Yeah.
And then feta cheese. It is jam up on a wing. If you got people that don't like blue cheese.
Yeah, I love the blue cheese.
But I do too. Then what you do is you kind of have feta, have blue. Then by the time you make it for them a couple times, you've got them full blown blue cheese addicts. You're rationing it in.
They're like, I don't like blue cheese.
Yes,
you
do.
You do. You don't even know it. Y'all want to try my chunky ranch? I got you.
That's just like people say, I don't like mayonnaise, but I really like that white barbecue sauce. That's really good.
I love hearing I hate mayonnaise, but I love aioli. And I'm like, hold on. We got to have a talk.
People that don't like mayonnaise, they wouldn't, with Shell's cooking, they can't really eat. And then they're like, man, what did you do to this? What's in this broccoli salad? Oh, it's mayonnaise. What's in this mac and cheese? Oh, it's mayonnaise. I want your recipe. And we don't eat mayonnaise. It's like, well, you've been eating it.
So speaking of holiday parties,
it's time. Man, we got a good one this weekend. Heath's annual. Is this his second annual Christmas party?
Yeah, he does
invited to
fancy Christmas parties where you got a DJ and catering and a bar.
That's not the way. Ours is more. There's aluminum full of dishes on a garage. Yeah. Now I'm looking forward to his. Was fun last year. That was what kind of food do you think they're going to have?
Appetizer party foods. It's really like a big charcuterie board and a few little finger foods.
Last year they had a smoked catfish dip.
That was killer.
When I left there, I was like, I'm making that this year. I still haven't made it, but it is so good.
I wonder if you could use fried catfish, or is it got to be the smoked catfish?
Yeah, I don't know. Fried, it'd be a weird texture thing in there.
And how would you smoke catfish?
You just season it up and put it on the grill. It's super easy.
How long?
It takes about an hour at the most.
Would you do it like salmon?
Yeah.
Like where you?
No, you don't have to
do the pre.
No, you don't have to season it and then let it pellet. You don't have to do all that.
Yeah.
It's just you could not even season it.
Or
you just put a little salt on it. You're just trying to get some flavor on it and get it done. You cook it till it flakes. It's super easy.
Why don't you do that one?
I need to do a TikTok on that, I guess. Give me some Simmons catfish.
So, what are your favorite things to cook for Christmas parties?
Man, it really depends, but it's always finger food or dips. Like that's where I've got this jalapeno cheesy skillet, and it went in the newsletter this week. But it's been one that's a recipe that I've done way back.
Yeah, and you use it for football and whatever.
Yeah. But for parties, well, I like it because anything that I can serve hot, I can do in like a cast iron pan, and then pull it out, put it on a trivet, and put like toasted bagel points or anything like around it, and then people can just grab it and dip in it. That's how you do a party, because it's not like most people aren't making a plate.
Yeah, nobody's making a plate.
You're just kind of snacking around, hovering around different little areas in your house or wherever you're at.
You're a big charcuterie man too.
Oh yeah, I'm always doing it. You're always going to have meat and cheese, but then I like hot dips. You do the cold dips usually, and then for meat, I like to do anything that I could serve, like beef tenderloin, sliced thin. You could get with the horseradish sauce, with the au jus or something like that if you wanted to.
Rolls.
With little rolls, little like Hawaiian style rolls. The pork tenderloins, those are always a hit at holiday parties. They're easy. I try to do stuff that's easy too, because I want to enjoy being at the party. And so all the stuff is stuff that you could do almost ahead of time, or it doesn't take long to cook. Sausage and cheese balls. I mean, a lot of people do people think of those as party food or breakfast food?
I think of them as both.
Because I like them for party food. You pop those out. I mean, they're not just for mornings.
To me, they're better when they're first hot. That's when they're the best. So that's why I like them.
So we made some. It's the time of year where you get your cheese from Mississippi State University. They're shipping it out now. If you hadn't ordered some, you're going to have to get it next year. Because I guarantee it's all sold out. But this is when it starts hitting houses. We buy it for people and send it to them as gifts. We always get some. We had, what was that? Just the cheddar we had?
Yeah.
It was just one of the smaller. Yeah, it was like I don't know. It was probably a pound. I grated it up, peeled it. It's got the rind on it. You bust it out of it, grated it up. And instead of doing balls, you tried the sausage and cheese squares.
Yeah. So
what did you think of it? It's the first time you've ever done it, right?
No, there's a little joint in town called Big Muddy, and that's
the coffee shop,
yeah. And that's how they do their sausage cheese balls.
I used to make those every morning.
Oh,
did
really?
When I worked there, yeah.
So how big did y'all make them?
How did they do it?
It was pretty similar. But they're like, I don't know how much I want to give away just because, but like I know
you
we
give us
the cooking process. Yeah, we don't need a recipe, just the cooking process. You just spread it out in a baking sheet.
Yeah, spread it out in a baking sheet, cut it up like you would a brownie, something like that.
That's exactly what we did.
So did you put like a parchment paper on your baking sheet? Okay,
Yep.
All right. Did you spray the parchment paper with like a nonstick? You
don't remember that.
Would you flip it over?
Nope.
How you just cut it on the parchment paper?
Yep, cut it straight on the parchment paper.
That's kind
of what we did.
That's kind of what we did. Yeah.
So I got the idea from that, and I hate balling them up. That's the worst part of the sausage and cheese balls is taking the time to scoop and ball.
So what was the trick you used to get it to mix up better?
Oh, so
you heated the cheese, right?
Yes, you pop the cheese in the microwave.
And it not melt it, but it starts it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I put the cheese in the Bisquick in the microwave and let the cheese kind of get soft and warm and mix it in. It almost makes a cheese dough instead of having your Bisquick and your cheese.
Mm-hmm.
So you're pretty standard on yours. You use like 1 pound of sausage, 2 pound or 16 ounces, I guess it is, of cheese, and then a cup or two of Bisquick, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 1 cup, I think. But
I kind of
eyeball it. But you don't add anything extra. Did you season it?
Yeah, I always season.
Okay.
I use like a little AP.
So when I do it, I'll like add cream cheese in there with my cheese. I'll cut up some peppers and put in there. I doctor it up. But
but you don't put quite as much regular cheese.
Yeah, because I put the block of cream cheese.
Yeah.
And it just makes it a little creamier.
It's really good too.
And I had never done it with the squares either. I've always used a little ball scoop, roll them up, cook them that way, either on the smoker or in the oven. But the squares made it super easy. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's different. It's a little different because you almost
get a little different texture.
Yeah, because they kind of get that crunch on the bottom, and then the top is just it's different. It's different, but it's good. I would say it's really good. I could see serving those at a party more in squares.
Yeah,
because you could stack them up on a board. You could probably drizzle a little pepper jelly or something over them, top them with something, and people were like, "Dang, what are these?" But that steak cheese, man, it made them extra sharp. They had a good flavor.
I think the best sausage and cheese balls have the extra sharp cheese.
Extra sharp cheese, yeah. Have you seen people do it? Like another little cheaty way to do it is buy the pre-boxed of the Red Lobster biscuit mix.
Yes, I saw that.
Still use it. Have you done it?
No, but my dad uses that stuff for everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if he has done it at some point.
And I saw him using pimento cheese, like a tub of pimento cheese.
We might do that for TikTok. How would that work?
I don't know. But they had like, palmetto, like we buy sometimes. They were using that, a tub of the palmetto, Red Lobster cheesy biscuits, and just a pound of sausage, hot sausage.
That sounds really good.
My granny used to make something. It was like, she just called them cheese balls, but it didn't have any meat in it. It was like Rice Krispie cereal with cheese and with Bisquick, and it just have a little crunch to it. So it was like, have you ever had cheese straws?
Yes.
So it was like cheese straws, but it was balls, and it had the rice. So the Rice Krispie gave it like a plain. It wasn't sweet, because that cereal is not sweet. It's just I don't know. I guess it's puffed rice or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it gave it a little crunch eating it, and they weren't as good as cheese. Don't get me wrong; they're not as good as having pork sausage.
Did she season it or?
Oh no. But it was always something we had at Christmas. So people kept them in tins.
Yeah.
Like you'd have a little tin of sausage and cheese balls that you would set out as a party. We never had them for breakfast, ever.
Somebody cooked them 3 days ago.
Yeah, and they would be in a tin with wax paper. And that's how it rolled.
And they were hard.
You didn't know if it was fruit cake, sausage balls, cheese balls, or nuts. You never knew what was in the tins. Just big tins everywhere.
Yes. You did a recipe that you pulled out from your childhood, and I kind of rolled my eyes at you when you wanted to do this, but my nieces loved it, and it was using that Old English cheese.
The garlic cheese log?
To make a garlic cheese log. My nieces were like, this is awesome. What is this?
I'm making that again this year, too.
Old.
It's so easy.
It is
but
really good.
The hardest thing about it is finding the Old English cheese. So it's
what is Old English cheese?
Think of Cheese Whiz. In a jar. I mean, everybody knows what Cheese Whiz is, but Cheese Whiz is a little more pourable. And sometimes you see it called bar cheese. I guess people it's just jarred have a cheese. Jarred processed cheese product, and you would dip something in it, a pretzel or something, I guess. But it comes in these little weird jars. It's like cream cheese, a couple jars of Old English cheese, garlic powder, Worcestershire sauce.
And you roll it in nuts, didn't you?
No, paprika.
Okay.
So you whip it all up and like you're making a cheese ball, and then you kind of spread it out in a log form, and you sprinkle paprika on the wax paper. And you roll it in it, so it has this kind of red paprika look on the outside, and you let it sit in the refrigerator, and it kind of stiffens up some, and then you can slice it and like you serve it on a cheese board, and you slice it the little like wheels, and it goes perfect on a cracker. It's dang good.
It was really good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I might have to throw that recipe out there. I had to ask my mom for it. I hadn't seen it in 35 years. This is like an old, how everybody's mom has these church lady cookbooks?
Yes.
It was one of those church lady cookbooks that we always had at Christmas.
Those
are the best.
I know. There was
like Ladies Auxiliary of First Pentecostal Church, West Memphis, Arkansas. I've
got a pretty good collection of them. Those are my favorite. They got some weird stuff.
There's some weird stuff in there. Yeah, it'll have like chipped beef.
I love chipped beef.
You got to use this to make some.
The chipped beef ball.
Smoked oysters and something. That was it. It's a chipped beef ball
Cheese
or something.
Ball, yeah.
Yeah, that was never one of my favorite ones.
Oh, I love that one.
It's kind of like shredded jerky or something.
I think I've had that before, actually.
It's like shredded up jerky, like jerky snuff,
jarred meat
with no flavor, like zero flavor whatsoever.
Does it have like green onions in the cheese ball and stuff?
Yes.
Yep, I have had that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, cheese balls are good now, but I'm just not a fan of that one. Tuna ball. I am not a tuna ball.
Nope.
Because they put so much fake liquid smoke in it, you know?
I hate anything with.
If you're going to do it, smoke some tuna, shred it up, and it'd probably be pretty good. Like, I like tuna dip. Like, you go down to the coast and get tuna dip.
Smoked tuna dip.
But tuna ball, we're talking canned tuna, liquid smoke,
and cream cheese.
My wife's grandmother always put tuna in macaroni salad, and I can't get down with that.
That's one thing I cannot do.
Just canned?
There used to be like tuna helper.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's disgusting.
I think there still is.
It is disgusting.
Who is he?
There's nothing you like. How to ruin hamburger helper. Any kind of helper. Do not mix tuna with it.
Let me know in the community if you're eating that.
Tuna helper?
We're going to delete you real quick.
I'm kind of curious.
Are you a fan of tuna helper?
I've never had it, but I'm very curious.
Yeah.
Is it served hot or cold?
Hot. It's like cat. It's like hot cat food, pretty much. You take a hot meow mix with some noodles and a creamy sauce.
No.
That's what you got.
A little mayonnaise.
No, don't do it. I want to leave. That's one of the most disgusting things I've ever tried to eat in my life.
I do like tuna salad, like in the summertime.
Well, yeah, but that's, like canned tuna with pickled relish and done up, and man, that's, But in a helper, like a hot dish, does not work.
There was one recipe that I've done several times, and you make miniature cheese balls.
Oh, like cheese truffles.
Yeah, it's a cheese truffle, yeah. So they're like the size of a sausage cheese ball, and you can use like a pretzel to stick in them.
You know what? That would be a good interpretation of that garlic cheese log.
To take that.
Because you could roll those balls, once you got that the right consistency, let them stiffen up, and then kind of roll them in the paprika.
Yeah.
Because, you think of like a truffle, a real truffle, chocolate truffle, a lot of times it's rolled in like powdered cocoa or something like that. That would really work.
The ones I usually do is like cream cheese, and it's got green onions and bacon and real cheese in it. And you kind of make a ball out of it, and then I will roll it and
chop bacon or nuts or something.
Yeah. They're really good.
Yeah, it's like bite-sized cheese balls.
That's exactly what it is. But you can do any sort of cheese ball recipe and that. So you could do your garlic cheese balls.
We're getting way into our holiday appetizer. We don't have anything to talk about because of the holidays.
Went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, we're down the rabbit hole.
Oh, this is just appetizers. We hadn't got to breakfast or dinner or...
Second breakfast?
Second breakfast. Hobbit holiday menu.
Or New Year's. Yeah. We haven't gotten any of that. We'll save some for next week.
That's right.
You have any other, what's your favorite holiday appetizer snack food, Tyler?
Sausage and cheese plate every day.
Like just a charcuterie kind of thing, or just like, you're talking about like...
Pretty much just a Memphis style, yep. We started doing it probably 3 or 4 years ago and started adding that country pleasing sausage on there. Tons of different kinds of pimento cheese, kind of like you did at the get-together we had recently. And then all kinds of different crackers. I guess it is kind of like bougie, but it's still like just different kinds of crackers, different kinds of pimento cheese, different kinds of cheese cubes.
You make it holiday-ish.
Yeah.
If you're eating it in the summertime, like, or before, for like a football game or something, it's just pickles, pepperoncinis, cheese, and sausage and crackers. But if you're doing it for the holidays, you got to dress it up. Holiday style.
Yeah.
Get the gherkin.
Yeah.
Make it fancy.
To throw some olives in there. And then 3 kinds of crackers, not just Ritz.
Other than that, the only other thing that comes to mind is like my wife does like a caprese salad that's like looks like a candy cane because like it has all the colors like the white, the red, and then the green is kind of just a garnish over it. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it.
I can get down with that.
Heck yeah, that reminds me of summertime a little bit, but it's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
one of mine is the little drunk cocktail weenies.
Ooh.
Why are they drunk cocktail weenies?
Because you had to add something to it. You got to add a little whiskey to them, or a little rum, or a little Fireball even.
So how do you do these?
It's just you can do them in the you can do them on smoker if you want, but most of the time they're crock pot.
So it's just
buy cocktail weenies. You put the pineapples in there, the cherries, drain that.
Oh, that one.
Use the grape jelly, the cocktail sauce. Put you a couple shots of whiskey in there with them, and just let them cook. It cooks the alcohol off, but you just get some depth of flavor to them, and you just go around with a toothpick. And I love them.
I like that cold spinach dip, like the Knorr.
The old school one.
Yes.
That was something I was gonna ask you too. You put mayo in that?
Yeah, of course, you got to.
I set you up on that one.
The recipe calls for that one.
But yeah, I always had that, and that was where probably the first time I ever had Hawaiian bread.
Yeah,
because people would bring it in this. It was like a Hawaiian bowl.
Yes,
and they would dig out the middle.
Yeah,
fill it up with the spinach dip, and then put the little pieces around it to dip it up with. Is that how you had it?
Yeah.
You just dip it with like the raw bread, or you toast the bread?
No.
Have you ever had it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, dude, we got to make that for you. That's a staple. That's like old school.
What?
I don't know if you ever heard this.
What? Are you serious?
Your life is going to be changed if you have the cold spinach. I was going to. So, you like cold spinach dip or hot spinach dip?
I mean, I like them both.
I've had like the cold spinach dip that comes in like the jar, the Tostitos jar or whatever, and I'm not a fan of that.
No, man, no.
I'm bringing it next week.
Like Huey's spinach dip.
We're going to bring like the gallon ice cream bucket of it.
I mean, it sounds really good. It sounds like something I would love. But
this time of year, it gets hard to find that Knorr vegetable dip mix. So it's like a Hidden Valley Ranch pack, except it's made by Knorr, and it just says vegetable dip. And
no, it's actually for vegetable soup or something.
Yeah.
It's actually a soup.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's probably over there, like kind of buy it at the grocery store, I'd imagine.
Yeah, what aisle is that on?
I mean, right now they've got it all in the end caps and setting out everywhere. Oh, no, I'm bringing it next week.
But did you have like two frozen spinach blocks?
Just one.
You got to let it thaw and get all the water out of it because it'll get watery
that's
if you
the
don't.
key. You got to really get that water out of the spinach. And I cook mine in the microwave for a few minutes. That's another little trick.
What does that do? Get the water off of it?
It helps get the water off of it.
But how do you get it? Do you put it in a wire strainer and squish it?
Yep. Paper towels.
Just
whatever it takes.
Then you just mix it up. Yeah. But the whole key is you can't eat it right then. It's got to sit.
Let it sit.
Because that vegetable pack has like dehydrated vegetables in it, and it needs time to reconstitute for them to soften up. And I guess it's got like peppers and onions and all kinds of garlic and all kinds of little things in it, carrots.
And it calls for water chestnuts. I don't like the water chestnuts. I don't add them.
Weird texture.
Yeah. But there's a hot spinach dip.
Oh, yeah, spinach and artichoke dip.
I love it, but it's not holiday to me.
See, that's what I usually do.
Yeah.
I'll do that in a skillet and with a bunch of cheeses, and you got the canned artichokes that you strain and chop, and the spinach, and mix that up, and you serve it with tortilla chips or toasted bread.
Great.
So, yeah, it's really good.
And it's good to me any time of year. It's a great party food.
But it's not the same as the cold, creamy one, is it?
The cold, creamy one's like your Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you got to make that for Tyler. He's never had that.
I feel like my life is going to be changed. Like,
it is. You're like, when you show that one to your wife, surely she's had it.
Oh, we have that's our thing. We go out to all kinds of different like restaurants and stuff, and we always order spinach dip everywhere we go. And then we kind of have like a ranking sheet, which Huey's is always at the top for some reason. Yeah,
that's one I've never had it.
I know.
I've never had it. They got spinach dip.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that you say it because like you always call Huey's like the golden standard for a cheeseburger, right? So that's kind of our golden standard for spinach dip. So
it's the golden standard for cheese fries too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why I don't get it, because I always get cheese fries as an app.
Heck yeah.
At Huey's. I've never looked further than the cheese fries.
They got the good ranch too.
They do.
Mm-hmm. Well, I like any of the spinach dip that's served with so they do theirs with like a side of sour cream and then also a side of salsa, and you kind of mix it all up in there.
Yeah.
And that's really good.
Well, your
tortilla chips.
Tortilla chips, yeah. I also like pita chips and spinach dip, but
this is totally different ballgame.
It is. It's a little
the cold one.
I'm ready.
It's not cheesy at all. It's more.
Mm-mm.
It's more.
It's a cold,
dippy.
creamy dip.
Yeah. But it's so good. Which one do you think is better for you? The hot one?
I don't know.
Tit for tat. They're both terrible.
You get the artichokes with the hot one usually.
You're eating spinach in all of it. It's all healthy. What do you mean?
Yeah.
That's right. Of course it's healthy.
We did air fry some artichokes the other day.
They were good.
It was good.
Well, Shell, what else do we got to talk about today? Is that wrapping us up?
I think it wraps us up.
Post Thanksgiving?
Yeah, post Thanksgiving. Next week we'll talk about either the breakfast or the dinners.
I probably won't. I won't be here.
Oh, yeah. No.
So next episode.
I guess we could do one next Friday morning.
We're doing, yeah, you're going to be back Friday. And
we'll see how that goes. I got to fly. I'm going to Texas to go hunting.
So what are you hunting next week?
Anything that moves. No, I thought we were going deer and hogs. I'll have some reports to give on that.
Yeah.
How this goes. My adventures. So, Tyler, tell everybody where they can find us about the community and all that good stuff.
Hey guys, make sure y'all head over to facebook.com and look up the Let's Get to Cooking community where you can join a group of like-minded people, pit masters, all kinds of different people. You can share recipes, you can ask questions. I mean, there's people on there all the time answering different things. So, and then also make sure you guys check out all of Malcolm's favorite recipes on HowToBBQRight.com. We're also available on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store.
Shell, where else can they find us?
If you'd like to connect with Malcolm, it's HowToBBQRight on Facebook. Are we still on Twitter? Is that a thing?
Yeah, we're still on Twitter. We're almost at 40. Get us to 40K. We're almost there. We're like 400 away.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and of course YouTube. If you'd like to connect with me, it's Miss Southern Shell on Instagram.
All right. Well, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us today. And we'll be back next time to talk more barbecue stuff. We got Christmas coming up, so it's going to be some good cooking. We'll see y'all later. We gone.